the question was presented to Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Sir, do the previous acharyas, saints, rishis and sages, who lived in bygone ages, actually hear our personal prayer and supplications? Like, have you ever prayed? Often we pray on the appearance day of Srila Prabhupada or Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, Gokishore Das Babaji, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. We pray to them and ask for their mercy. Or to speak, sometimes we pray to Prahlad Maharaj, or Dhruva Maharaj, or Ambarish Maharaj, great devotees who inspire us in our study of Bhagavatam. Will be inspired to pray and ask for some mercy to remain steady in Krishna consciousness or advance. So the question was asked, and I think it was a very appropriate question. Do these saintly persons of bygone ages, do they hear when we pray to them? 400 years ago, 1,000 years ago, millenniums ago, are they hearing? So Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he said, yes, by dint of the transcendental medium, they not only hear, but they respond to our prayers and our entreaties. When I read that, it was just so satisfying to me to know that these previous acharyas are watching over and protecting us. I wrote Prabhupada a letter when he was leaving, you know that story. He was leaving Detroit, and I said to Prabhupada, I'm going to miss your association. I'll feel very much your separation. It was the first time I saw him. And he was just there for a few days. I became so attached to Prabhupada in those few days. So I wrote different things, and one thing I wrote was that I'll be feeling your separation. So Prabhupada wrote me a letter back. I got it 2 weeks later in the mail, and he said, Dear Bhakta Brian, I want to thank you for, please accept my blessings. I want to thank you for your kind donation of $10 towards my newly created book fund, BBT. I'm very honored. I was one of the first contributors to the BBT. And he said, I have information from the temple leaders that you're doing very nice in Krishna consciousness. Because I was saying I was sad that I didn't get initiated. Although I'd been a devotee for a year. There was a standard, you had to wait a certain period of time. So he said, just continue chanting your 16 rounds, following the 4 requisite principles, and always follow in the footsteps of advanced devotees. And in due course of time, I will accept you as my duly initiated disciple. So for me, that was it. That was like Prabhupada knew I existed. He knew there was a Bhakta Brian in Detroit who was aspiring for his lotus feet. And although it was some distance away, I felt that Prabhupada had accepted me. He'd taken the time, a pure devotee whose every second of his life is so precious, devoted in pure love to God, he'd taken a few minutes to write me a letter. Some of his existence was dedicated to encouraging me. So for me, that was the connection. And the fire yoga was a formality later on. Like Mukunda Dutt, when he heard that Mahaprabhu would not see him for 10,000 years because of some slight offense, he began dancing in ecstasy. He'll see me, he'll see me, he'll see me. It was guaranteed. 10,000 years, but he'll see me. And then Prabhupada said, I appreciate your feelings of separation. He said, I am also feeling separation from my Guru Maharaj, who had passed away many years before. But I always feel that he's watching over and protecting me. So through the transcendental medium, that connection is there. Our relationship with our spiritual master is not a physical relationship, although it may be expressed so. Sometimes the male disciples may massage the body of the Guru, or the female disciples may cook or clean. There's some physical service like that. It's much deeper than that. It transcends all time and place. It continues even after the departure of the spiritual master. I know my spiritual master departed, how many years ago was it? 30 some odd years ago. But the connection has become stronger by dint of the transcendental medium, through seva, through service. Through service.